How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And it seems that the FTC just will not let bygones be bygones. They are obsessed in wasting taxpayers' money. And what can I say? Despite the fact that they've been slapped down so many times, they are now going to the Ninth Circuit to argue that, the judge's decision was wrong. They decided to call it all off. And then on the last second, they decided to do a U-turn because they saw that despite their budget being cut by the US government, it seems that what remains there is good enough for them to waste on this ordeal. Now, at this point, Lena Khan has wasted so much of taxpayers' money. I'm actually I'm amazed that she's still employed, right? I'm amazed that there are not better ways for that money that she is absolutely wasting to actually be spent, be it on healthcare, public schools, whatever it is. There is a much better way to invest that money than what she's doing right now, which is essentially taking it to a furnace, throwing that money in, and letting it burn. I mean, at this point, I don't even know if she's actually enjoying the heat that's coming from all that money that is burning. But as we can see here, Tom Warren says the FTC is planning to resume its administrative case against Microsoft's proposed Activision Blizzard acquisition soon. The administrative case will commence 21 days after the Ninth Circuit rules on the FTC's appeal, which the FTC's appeal will be declined because they basically have to prove that Judge Corley's decision was not correct, and obviously three courts have now decided that it was correct. This is going to get slapped down again. This is literally a taxpayers burning money. The administrative hearing will be held virtually. They're not even taking it into an actual room because I guess they've decided that it's just not worth their time. And as you can see here, the Commission is determined that the public interest warrants that this matter be resolved fully and expeditiously. Therefore, the Commission is returning the matter to adjudication. I mean, the FTC is still going for it. I mean, by this point, the CMA will have already signed off. This will not affect in any way what the CMA is doing. It's really it's so bad. They have no preliminary injunction, so they can't even prevent the closing over of the closing of the deal. So what is it that they're trying to do? As we can see here, order says admin hearing to be held 21 days after the Ninth Circuit rules on the appeal in FTC's federal case against the deal. But the Ninth Circuit isn't even hearing arguments until December the 6th. So this is literally going to go into 2024 where they try to actually, deal with this. It's like, why? I mean, they're literally burning money at this point. I mean, the FTC has repeatedly lost. There hasn't even been a single case that they've won. Even defending Sony for everything that they were doing, because let's face it, that is what they did, they still lost. They even tried, after Judge Corley asked them, why are you defending Sony and not the consumer? You have not mentioned the consumer once. And they were like, oh, well, we're not defending Sony. No, we are defending the good citizens of the US of A. But they're not. They're protecting Sony. We all know this. Judge Corley saw through this. Even their expert witnesses were so rubbish that they got walked all over, and when cross-questioned by Judge Corley herself, they couldn't answer because they stood there dumbfounded and then offered pictures of a kitten to actually try and remedy the situation where they couldn't actually answer anything. Their expert witnesses were trash. Their propositions were trash. The whole argument was flawed. The whole argument literally was summed up: we want to prevent Microsoft from taking a hold in the games industry. We want Sony to remain dominant because we love our PlayStations and we want all these games on our PlayStations. That is it. That was their argument. In a nutshell, that was their argument. And the judge rightfully saw through this and threw it out the window. I mean, the FTC even tried to get Call of Duty onto PlayStation for free. No money transaction. For free. And judge just looked at the FTC lawyer back then and just said, piss off. You're not getting it for free. Don't even try to entertain that. But they tried it, and that's the point here. Like, the FTC has completely and utterly gone bonkers. We've got post up here with an update. US FTC revives Microsoft Activision deal challenge. FTC revives in-house challenge to 69 billion gaming. I mean, this in-house challenge means absolutely nothing. I mean, they're going to appoint their own lawyers, their own judges, their own people, and they're going to go up to their own people and turn around and say, hey, I think this and this and this. Do you agree? Yeah, we do. But you work for us, right? Yeah. Okay, so you're not going to go against me? No. Judge, are you going to go against me? Well, you appointed me here, so no. Good answer. So what's the point? I mean, they can't put in place a preliminary injunction. They can't put in place any injunction because they don't have the legal authority to do that. That has to be done at the courts, which they got denied again and again and again. Even after appeal, they got slapped down hard. The gamers' lawsuit got slapped down hard. Everything is just getting slapped down, but she continues to want to waste taxpayers' money. The US Federal Trade Commission is continuing its challenge of Microsoft's 69 billion acquisition of the video game company, Activision Blizzard Inc., in yet another attempt to fight the deal even after it closes. So, like, they're doing this after it closes in the hopes that they might win and basically unwind the deal. The FTC will move forward with its in-house trial against the acquisition, which really means nothing, after pausing that process over the summer, according to an order agency issued Wednesday. The move means that the FTC can technically continue to challenge the deal even after it closes, but won't likely. And it's just so stupid. Good news is we will be enjoying ABK on Game Pass while FTC waste their lives fighting a losing battle. Have fun, FTC. Imagine the billions of wasted taxpayers' money the FTC wasted. If I was American, I'd be pissed. I'm pissed off with the CMA wasting money. I mean, and this is the thing, how much money has she wasted so much money that they actually reduced her funding because of how much she actually wasted and won nothing. I mean, taxpayers really need to just stand up and just say, no, enough's enough. This is embarrassing. Lulu over here, Lulu Cheng Mersavi, says, in response to the questions about this, we're focused on working with Microsoft towards closing. So they don't even care about the FTC at this point. How the FTC uses limited taxpayer resources is their decision. So she's basically saying what the FTC is doing here is a waste of time and a waste of taxpayers' money, and they are just burning taxpayers' money. Whatever they want to do with what little budget they have left, they're free to do. It won't affect us because at the end of the day, we have the federal courts win on our side. Everything's fine. And the CMA now has given their preliminary approval. So there's really nothing here to stop this from closing. The US Federal Trade Commission is reviving its challenge against Microsoft Corp's $69 billion acquisition of video game company Activision Blizzard Inc., a move which may seek to unwind the deal after it closes, which it will not. Also, Lulu, can we expect some news on the following week? In the meanwhile, it's really sad to see FTC burning our money for nothing. And that is what it's all about. I mean, this here pretty much sums it up, right? The FTC, when it comes to taxpayers' money, they are literally burning it. It is burning it. The FTC appears to be working against America and its citizens. I mean, the amount of money they've wasted is really disgusting. It's really, really, really disgusting. We've got Florian here as well. The FTC temporarily withdrew its in-house lawsuit, adjudicative proceeding, before its own administrative law judge, but against Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard in July, but as Bloomberg was first to report, has now decided to retry. There's one simple procedural truth here. An FTC in-house lawsuit does not have the potential to prevent the parties from closing the deal. And for everyone that's concerned, that is the most important part, right? They do not have the power or the potential to prevent the closing of the deal. They cannot stop it. There's nothing that they can put forward, nothing they can do outside of burning money to prevent this deal from going through. The FTC's own administrative law judge cannot order a preliminary injunction. And that is pretty much the nail in the coffin. What the FTC is doing from here on out is a waste of time. They're going to win in their own adjudication, in their own administrative court, and then it's going to go to trial. And then at the trial, they're going to get slapped down again, and that's going to be even more taxpayers' money wasted. She really needs to get removed from where she is. She really does. She has to go. She has to go. And I'm surprised that there isn't, enough noise to just get her booted out of there. She has to have been elected somehow, right? Or appointed by someone who can easily replace her. At this point, I would quite easily say that she is worse than Sarah Cardell. At least Sarah Cardell, no matter how you feel about her, she had an agenda, she followed it through, she's happy with the remedies, and she's pushing it through, right? Even when people, parties were saying that it doesn't create an RMS situation, she was perfectly happy to say, yes, it does. Because it actually does create an RMS situation, and those parties were basically trying to get the deal blocked. But she was fair in that regard, where she said it does cause this, and therefore we are happy with the remedies that Microsoft have put in place. It's with the cloud structure. The games will still go to Game Pass. All of the games will go to Game Pass. Just the cloud aspect won't get it, and that's fine. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But with her, there's no compromise. She's like this Terminator sent back from the future, but not the cool kind, like the T-8000 or T-1000, or even the T-2000. She's like some kind of has-been wannabe droid that, from Star Wars. Those funny droids that come again, oh no, what are we going to do? Oh look, there's a Jedi over there. Oh no. She's one of those, and I think that's actually insulting the droids at this point to say that she is one of those, because I think those droids actually house a much higher level of intelligence than she does, because at least they know what's coming and are willing to accept their fate. With her, she's like, she gets beat down and beat down. I think she's watched that Rocky Balboa movie one too many times when he turns around and says, life will hit you hard and it'll beat you. And it's not how hard you get hit, but it's how hard you get hit and get back up. I think she's taken that really to the heart at this point and is taking those hits from every angle and is still trying to, it's like that Street Fighter 2 end screen when you lose a round, all busts up face. It's like, kind of thing. She's still crutches and everything, just still trying to fight the fight that no one cares about anymore. Everyone's moved past. It's pretty awful. My God, a never-ending acquisition. Wonder if this will have any bearing on the CMA decision. It won't. And Brandon Lawrence, again, thank you for the tag. I appreciate it. It's always appreciated when people tag me in on news. This is just getting beyond silly with the FTC at this point. That's pretty much it for the FTC. I think they got word for the CMA that they are locked too close. Now the FTC is panicking to do anything. It's so stupid. The FTC should have just left this alone. They're after Amazon now at this point. Just go deal with Amazon. You've probably got a better chance winning that case than you do with this one, which you have no real ground of right to win. There's nothing there for you to win. At this point, tax-paying US citizens should outright sue and take FTC to court for wasting taxpayers' money. If this is actually possible, at this point, there should be a class action lawsuit that is opened up against Lena Khan because she's the one making the decision, right? I know she tried to offload that responsibility when she was being grilled, and she turned around and said, oh, I've got nothing to do with this. I'm not the one making the decisions. It's all them. They're the ones making the decisions, not me. Don't come at me. They're the ones making the decisions. But we all know that she's the one making the decisions. She's the face of the FTC. She's the head of the FTC. So, at this point, if it's possible, I think the US public should actually do that. And let's see how much of that budget that she has left over she's going to be able to use to actually fight her case. Does Lena Khan or whoever is trying to go against Microsoft purchasing Activision Blizzard have some sort of humiliation fetish or something? Stop wasting my money. Come on now. Lina Khan needs to be brought before Congress again. Out of control. I mean, stop wasting our money. I mean, this is what it's down to, right? The fact is that they constantly waste money. I think the FTC knows that the CMA will block the deal when they publish their final order. No, they don't. The CMA has already announced a preliminary review, and that is a pass. And yet, at the end of the day, that rarely changes. Something drastic has to happen. I'm talking real drastic for that to change. So at this point, the CMA has no reason to block the deal because they are perfectly happy with the remedy set in place. So don't worry about this FTC trial, which is going to happen sometime in 2024. By the time this actually happens, we'll all be enjoying Activision Blizzard games on our Game Pass, on our Xboxes, and possibly on PC as well if it transfers to PC, which it should because it's going to be first party. And yeah, while she's over there wasting and burning money to try and fuel her fetish for humiliation and aggression towards Microsoft, we'll be over here laughing and enjoying and having a good time. That's the video, folks. I will see you in the next one. Remain legend.